Exercise 10, it's black to move. Well, the solution is again, we start with checking the active moves, meaning checks first, and there are no real checks that are, well, not defended, except of queen h1 check. So we start with queen h1. Obviously, white has to move the king, and then the question is, did we gain anything from checking on h1? And the answer is yes, because actually we would like to take the queen with our pawn, but it's not possible due to the pawn being well pinned. But if we check the king and then we take the rook, doesn't matter where white kings go, then well, we have won the rook, lost the queen, and won the queen back again. So we won a rook and a queen for the queen, which is a great trade. And it's also important that in this position black could also take on e5, would also win the queen, but at the same time white could take black's queen and be ahead. Therefore queen takes d1 is the only correct choice in this position. Let's go to the next position, and it's white to move. So go ahead. And let's discuss the solution. Well, first of all, it's white to move again, so we start with the checks. And many of the possible checks are not even, well, viable because they're defended, for example, queen a6 check and queen c6. So the only possible check options that are not guarded by black are these ones. And it's quite possible that there is a second solution how to win a piece, and if you do so, then your solution is as viable as mine. But I think the best choice is to start with the most obvious and direct one, because it's the closest to the opponent's king. It's queen to e6 check. Right now, the idea is that we don't win anything yet, but our threat is on the next move we could check on e5 and win the rook. For example, king moves to g5, we make it check and win the rook. That's it. So black cannot move to g7 because of queen e5 check. He cannot move to h5 because queen e5 check. So the only possible move for him not to lose his rook straight away is to go to h7, but now we have a different double attack, namely with queen to f7 check or queen f5 for that matter, would both do, and we win a piece. And if you want to be really precise, the very best solution is actually not even to take the bishop right away, but instead giving another check that indeed does win the rook in the end. Exercise number 12. White to move. So let's see the solution. It's actually quite easy because there's only one check and you need to check all the checks. So rook takes e6 is the only check, and after it black has to take and we win the queen. So as you see, this is quite a simple exercise, but I would still think that in a blitz game many of you just won't be intuitively thinking about it simply because, well, I lose the rook, but that's why the exercise are for, that you routinely just check it, doesn't matter what it does, just to check whether it has a continuation.